And to emphasize more on security, Google Workspace is actually more secure and a reliable suite of applications. You can reduce the risk with intelligent insights whereby users can ban either this email is a spam, can either mark it as spam, or this email does contain malicious files, or even if when you're trying to access your account or Google Workspace account, if Google Workspace does identify you're signing in through a new device, it always alerts you and can even block users from accessing devices that they are not commonly used to signing into, right? And within your Google Workspace accounts, you're guaranteed of 99.99% accuracy and reliability because you're on the cloud. There's no way you will hear, I'm not able to receive email because our server is actually down. So the key attack metrics that are consistent that have been identified, the first point of most attacks is mainly through a phishing attack, right? For example, we had one client whom before moving to Google Workspace used to actually receive 9 phishing emails out of 10. You can imagine only one email was beneficial to the organization. You can imagine the amount of time the end user or the recipient was combing through their mailbox. Yeah, this does lead to delayed in productivity, delayed in actioning of different items, and attacks or breaches within your organization can be costly. The average global cost of a data breach is actually at $3.86 million, right? So don't be like this guy who, or you being in the IT or you within your IT department, whereby you have users who don't read emails because they actually fear of the boogeyman, or because of too many phishing attacks or email threats, they're always afraid of checking their email, right? So don't be that guy, or don't be the IT guy who is congratulating your users. Hey, we did not get hacked because you did not read emails. Users cannot stop and say they won't read emails or actually certain key things or tasks because that is part of their work. Moving along, right? We have seen a number of large breaches in 2021, right? And some of the security breaches last year did take months to actually resolve. For example, the Hafnium attack, which actually attacked Microsoft servers, was reported, the first incidents were being reported between 5th and 6th January. And it took Microsoft almost a month to actually escalate the issue. And by March, over 60,000 Microsoft Exchange server customers across 115 countries were hacked, yeah, through the Hafnium attack. And you can actually see the cost and the delay in productivity, loss of data, which data is more costly to your organization, and it's useful to make other key decisions. That being said, yeah, legacy tools weren't built for one to detect security issues, and are not built for modern collaboration and expose the organization to increased risks. For example, collaboration on applications stored on a desktop computer and when you're saving your data on your desktop computer can increase the risk of that data being lost, either through the damaging of the device or the loss of the device. Where you can leave my laptop here and tomorrow we have burglars break in and steal my laptop. How will I report to my boss or to a client that we're working with on their proposal? I can't send the proposal right now because my data is lost. Well, through modern collaboration tools, you can save your data on the cloud, where you can always have access to it on the go. Right? And the other thing with legacy tools is, as an IT department, you will always have to patch it and install updates. And most IT do struggle in patching all devices due to hybrid work, working from home, and the distribution workforce. Let's say you have over 100 employees working in different branches. As a single IT point of contact, how long will it take you to actually update all these different devices? And there are still some organizations that do even rely on legacy identity access, right? So you have your identity directories on-prem. They are never updated. You will still have employees that left the organization 20 years ago, but they still have access to certain applications because their primal identity provider was never updated. So you can find a user that left 30 years ago can still access your modern application using the same email address and password because you never take time to actually go back to that directory and clean it up. With Google Workspace, you can act once a user leaves your organization, and if there are different onboarding procedures, you can actually delete the user's account, reset password, so that you don't have access to your organizational data. Google Workspace does offer a multi-layered email defense system, right? From when the email is being sent to even the point that the email is being received by you as a user to the point where you even reply to the email, right? And even on response, Google does inform you you're responding to a person that is outside of your organization. Do you want to proceed, right? And through this session, I will also cover a session on whereby as an IT admin or as an organization, you can implement blocking of forwarding emails outside of your organization, right? Because you can find within some industries or within a certain department, the financial department, what actually have the need to forward certain emails, and these can be either crucial, can be contracts, they can be invoices, they can be your IDs are being forwarded to either personal Gmail accounts where you'll find you're registered as a member within a political party in Kenya and you don't remember registering it. Is where someone may have either forwarded your details, you legitimately give an organization your data, but then someone internally forwarded your details to someone. I remember there was a case in the news the other day about a big network provider here in Kenya. The employees were arrested and snapped while trying to share uh, personal data of their customers, right? So that can be a risk. And it goes without saying, but Google Workspace benefits from the same security posture that Google runs to. Google started on the cloud and runs on the cloud. So they fully understand the security implications that power your business in the cloud. Because Google and its enterprises successfully run on the same infrastructure, your organization will benefit from the same protection that they have built in and use on a day-to-day. Google stays ahead of the curve and offers a high secure, reliable, and compliant environment that is easy to manage. Like even management of users within your Google Workspace admin console is very easy and very simple.